good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Welcome back to another video. What I want to talk about today is kind of how the third trimester is going so far. So I am 30 weeks as of a couple days ago. So I'm 30 weeks and 2 days. And bump update, this is where we're at. And baby Rosalie is currently breech. So the last ultrasound we had, her head was here and her feet were down low, but she's kind of diagonal. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And I just wanted to give some updates on how I'm doing, how I'm feeling, how the third trimester has been. So that's what we're gonna do today. Also, don't mind Lila in the background. She's living her life back there. So I got to have my baby shower about 2 weeks ago and had my mom and sister and my almost 1-year-old niece come and join us in town, and then Daniel's parents came in town. So everyone was here, which was so encouraging, and we just had a really great time. My church family and some of the students that I work with just went above and beyond what I could have ever asked for in this shower. It was beautiful. They had all the decorations, they had fun games. I got fully showered with gifts. So we feel pretty prepared. I'll insert a couple clips here too of where the nursery is at. We've definitely gotten a lot done, and I'm totally one of those people that's like, I want to get things done and planned and ready as soon as I can. So I'm like, the least that I'll do later on, the better. Like, I'd rather get it all done now, do all the things, and then just like, it's all nice and just ready. But I'm very excited, and I'm ready to get to start having that actually be her room. Daniel and I will have our morning devotional times in there in the nice rocking chair, and it's so chill and quiet and cute. It's so much better decorated than the rest of our apartment because I'm just so excited. So that's been really fun. And yeah, even though the first like 6 months, I don't know, of her life, she's gonna be in a bassinet and in our room, it's still really fun to make her room really cute and special. So that's been really great. So a couple things that I'm doing right now as of in the third trimester. Overall, I'm slow. So anything I'm doing is very slow. I have started doing some breech stretches, which I can link the video down below that I've gotten these from. My sister is a labor and delivery nurse, and she sent me this website to have just a good resource on some things that I could do to help the baby to turn on her own, because at all cost, I want to avoid doing a C-section. If I can have a healthy and great vaginal delivery, then that's kind of my personal goal. So I've had times where I am like laying, like the table's like this against my couch, and I'm laying like on a downward slope. If I can insert a picture here, I will. Daniel took a photo of me the other day, and it is not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it's supposed to help her to kind of get out of that pelvic cavity and give her that ability to start moving around. So I've been doing a little bit of that. I've also continued in my chiropractics and doing more chiropractic appointments, and that's been really helpful. My back pain has definitely subsided. It's still there, which is kind of just all the time for me. It's just kind of gonna be there. So, but that's been really great, being able to have some relief in that. And I'm really grateful that my insurance helps to cover a certain amount of visits for the year, so I'll be able to continue going after birth too, which I'm sure my back will be all kinds of messed up after that. And something that my chiropractor has been telling me is making sure I'm watching my posture. So I've been trying to really watch my posture recently because I just feel like I'm gonna get a neck hump of schlumping all the time. I had a dream the other night that I had this big old hump on my neck, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. Because the next year of my life, I'm gonna be like this and breastfeeding and everything is pulling forward. So trying really hard to keep my posture in check. I'm also doing a lot of walking. So I just got back from a walk. We live really close to the university here, and so I can walk to campus, which is nice, walk around kind of our shopping center, and yeah, just walking around the neighborhood. Having Lila honestly is really helpful because I naturally just don't want to do anything, but she needs to get out and has to do some things. So even though I am doing it very slowly, I am still getting out and moving, which has been good. I have also been needing to eat smaller meals. So I'm kind of at that point where the space for my stomach is very small. So I can't really eat bigger meals or else I feel so full. But actually today, this morning, I felt her head moving a lot and I got really excited. I was like, oh my gosh, is she finally turning? Is this the time? But I think she got maybe sideways, or maybe she's kind of bent in half now and her booty's over to my right and her head and her toes are both to my left. But while I had our staff meeting today, and one of the women was like, she looks like the bump looks lower than it was. So that's encouraging, which would also give me more room for my lungs and my stomach. So maybe I can start eating a little more normal. It hasn't prevented me a whole lot from eating normal. I'm so grateful. I haven't had nausea. I didn't have nausea in the first or second trimester, and I've been able to eat my normal diet, my normal food, so that has been such a blessing. But I definitely have had to be very disciplined in trying to not eat too much, or else I know I'm gonna feel so full and like uncomfortable and everything feels big and tight and I'm just like over it. It has been interesting going through just different feelings and emotions in this third trimester. Like I'm trying to make sure I'm being active and walking some, but even a comment of someone asking like, oh, are you still working out through the pregnancy? I take it as this guilty, like, oh my gosh, I need to be doing more. Oh my gosh, I'm getting fat, or my arms or my legs or my butt looks different and I'm not used to that, and I'm frustrated and I'm sad and I'm guilty, and I'm also slow and tired and don't really have any motivation to work out, but I know I need to, and that giving birth is gonna be like the hardest workout of my life. So that's definitely been difficult to process through. I just started talking to Daniel about that the other day because someone had asked that question and it had brought it up in my heart of just like, man, I just feel bad and guilty, but also almost not enough to like get me going. But I also feel like, I don't know, me cleaning the house is a workout. Me doing anything feels like a workout for my body. I was having him Google, it was like, why do I get sore doing tiny little tasks? Like I'll walk up a couple steps and my legs hurt and they feel tight, or I go on a walk and I'm so slow, and I just did this walk a couple days ago, but now my legs are so tight and I'm like, am I swollen? Is it because I'm like more swollen than normal, or what is it? And he was like, I think it's just because you're not doing as much. Like I haven't really worked out in a while, and I've done some at-home workouts and things like that, but I've never really had a super strong desire to be really consistent with my fitness, and I think that's showing some in the pregnancy too, that I just need to grow in my self-discipline and in working hard. But it's difficult when it feels like I have a really valid excuse that I'm tired and almost anything I do feels like a workout. And I know I need to be gracious with myself in this stage as well. And the final stretch of the pregnancy here, it's not the ideal time for me to start feeling all of this and really being able to do a whole lot about it. But it's definitely been, something that's just been on my mind a lot more. I think I've been more critical of myself and just noticing things, especially as you get to the end of pregnancy, like, man, this looks different, or I'm not used to that, or I'm not used to feeling this way. And that's just kind of difficult. It's kind of hard to have those things. I've talked about how my body image and feeling kind of self-deprecating in general of myself. And so adding on pregnancy and having naturally just all these body changes happening, that I'm like, whoa. And then I can think afterwards, oh my gosh, am I going to have the motivation to get myself back to what I feel like is normal? I'm sorry, there's ants crawling on my windowsill and my neighbor's walking by. It's distracting. So that's definitely been difficult. I feel like I need to pray more about it. I haven't prayed much about it. To just feel security from God in who He's made me to be through this pregnancy and how I look, and that's like the least interesting or incredible thing about this pregnancy is how I look. And also praying for just more discipline, I think, in being able to really go after my fitness and taking care of my body, and recognizing that God's given an able body to me as a gift, and that I really need to treat it that way. So that's definitely been on my mind a lot more. I'm also feeling just ready to be done. I've been out of breath since basically the first trimester. There's a certain hormone that gets released that can make you out of breath. But then there's also the baby starts pushing on you as it gets bigger, and that makes you out of breath. So I had the blessing of all of those things. So I have been out of breath since the first trimester. I've been heaving and just not like myself, and bending over, not being able to breathe, and not being able to sleep in normal positions. And I'm ready. And I'm so excited, right? I'm so excited to meet her, and I'm so excited to snuggle her and just get to see what she's gonna be like and what she looks like. I'm so excited. So there's a little bit of impatience coming in now that I am just ready to be done. It's also getting to the time of year here in Seattle where it's more sunny. So the warm weather is actually coming. And we've got plenty of AC units running throughout this apartment to keep us cool. But your girl's just toasty. Everywhere we go, I was just at Starbucks with a couple students, and one of them's like so cold, she's got goosebumps, and I'm like, I'm sweating. Can you see that I'm sweating? So I'm ready to not be pregnant. But I am also wanting her to grow, obviously, and stay in the oven as long as she needs to come out healthy and happy. She was 2 pounds, 12 ounces about a week and a half ago when we had her appointment. So I'm thinking maybe we're nearing on 3 pounds now, maybe. They say about half a pound a week. So yeah, that's about where we're at. I am noticing changes. I'm noticing, definitely thinking about labor a lot more. I don't have a super specific labor plan, which I think is helpful for me to not get so stuck on this is what it's going to look like, and I really want it to be this way and only this way. It's good for my heart to just be surrendered to however God wants it to go. As long as me and baby are healthy in the end, that is what I want. So I am excited and very ready for when that day comes. We have a lot going on in the first 10 days of July, and my due date is July 21st. So it'll basically just be a waiting game kind of next couple weeks. And my NP doesn't really want us to go over because her placenta, the umbilical cord is connected to it on the side rather than in the middle. And so it's a little bit harder for her to get all the nutrients that she needs, and it can affect her size, but it seems like everything's grown really well. She's been doing great, so that's awesome. That's a really big blessing. But she doesn't want her to go overdo it all because of that. So I might get induced. Maybe she'll come early. My mom thinks she'll come early just because my belly got so big so fast. Maybe I'll just run out of room and she'll be like, okay, so I'm getting kicked out of here. So that is what's going on. That's my 3rd trimester. I am 2 weeks into the 3rd trimester, so I'm sure as I get further and further along, more feelings of I am ready to get this baby out of me will come along. But that's kind of where I'm at after finishing out the 2nd trimester, being a little bit into the 3rd trimester now. And all everybody says to me is, wow, you look so pregnant. That is where we're at. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit and hearing about what my pregnancy journey has been like these last few weeks and months. And if you are pregnant, I would love to hear about where you're at in your pregnancy journey and how it's been, any feelings you've had. Drop a comment below on how you're doing and how you're feeling. I love getting to see little messages from you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have